smoking dope, Maddie, but last time I TV,
Rowgh asked Dana White for a featherweight title shot. Cejudo says he can finish Alexander Volkanovski. He told TMZ, "Not only do I believe that I can beat him, I know I can stop him. As much as I saw good things from Volkanovski, there are still a lot of holes. I believe my height would be a problem for him because he is a couple inches taller than me. My speed, my wrestling, my experience, I've been in there against the best. Okay, Alexander the Average had a great performance. It was a great fight. I just believe
Alexander
that I
the
have
Average
factor to beat this dude. Not only to beat this dude, but to stop him.
Triple C.
Allow me to make history. If he's that good, allow him to shut me up."
So wait, when they say triple C, like triple champion?
Yeah, man was a champion. He's a Olympic gold medalist.
Ah, and then double champ.
Yeah.
Dana White, if you're listening, this is the real message. Forget the cringe, forget the persona. This is straight up me. I am the greatest combat athlete of all time, and I promise you, if you give me the opportunity, I will knock this dude out in no less than 3 rounds. That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from John209. It says, "John Jones actually said he's going to find a way to make this the best thing to ever happen to him. Think about that for a minute while picturing the girl bleeding from her nose and mouth with 3 little daughters around her." The second one.
A bit more money, please.
John Jones uploads a video of him and his wife to his Instagram story. The two appear to be on good.
This is why you eating like that, Nate? Eating like what? We eating pretzels. You don't like the ASMR?
John Jones uploads a video of him and his wife to his Instagram story. The two appear to be on good terms. John also posted this to his Instagram page, however he deleted it. Henry Cejudo asked Dana White for a featherweight title shot. Cejudo says he...
Listen, last week I didn't talk about the John Jones thing in detail, but more details did come out. They were pretty grisly. And honestly, they made me pretty sad. So I didn't talk about it. It's a terrible thing. He's you know, in even the scene from the officer that's on the scene, you can tell it's a pretty gruesome, grisly. I mean, you know, bleeding from the nose and the mouth is this lady. The mother of his children, and yeah, you know, yeah. So, as serious as it is, yeah, it's just.
There's a video?
Well, there's an audio footage. There's audio footage of the police officer who's on scene, pretty much doing, I guess, the report on what's happening, you know, at the hotel. So, and I'm not gonna play it, but. Yeah, the officer essentially is just describing this woman as being, you know, while bleeding from her nose and mouth, she doesn't want to go back up to the room. You know, she wants help from the cops, but she doesn't want so much that he maybe gets arrested, her husband, and it's just, you know, you can tell it's this situation, this very delicate, you know, marital situation where well, for whatever reason, she is a wife, John Jones' wife. She doesn't want to, you know, basically have her man be known as an abuser, even though that's very much apparent. That's very much the actual reality. She would like she would like to protect him, and that's a thing that you can call it Stockholm syndrome on one side, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what a lot of other people would call it. A lot of other people would call it maybe true love, but I really don't know. Um, because you know that's pretty heinous to just beat a woman to the point where she's visibly showing marks. To put hands on her at all, right? But to go that far, especially, is it just shows a lack of just true, like, at least compassion. So drunk or not, and
And the dude is kind of a lethal weapon. I don't know. It's just yeah, it just makes it all the much more worse.
yeah, you know what you're doing with your hands.
Yeah, drunk or not, like, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying that they're now pretty much just off the John Jones train. Fuck John Jones. I mean, it's not like I ever looked up to him to the point where it's like, oh, like, I love John Jones, I could say that. It's just in general, as like a model for greatness, as a person who went out and aspired for things and then actually conquered them in quite a fashion. He's just a role model in that sense. But I can't really quite say that now. I just don't want to see John Jones fight, or I don't want to, hear from him anymore. Or I would like him to be canceled or anything like that. It's kind of tricky, but I mean, what I would like for John Jones is to actually get help. I would like him to be a better person outside of the octagon, somebody that can control whatever it is that he has to control. I'd like to see that. You know, no cases come to mind of people that were able to change like that. In fact, one case comes to my mind of a case where we saw an MMA fighter actually, I think, beat his woman nearly to death, to the point where she actually had to crawl to her neighbor's home to actually call for help. I saw this on one of my I be watching them crime videos, them those not cold cases, the ones that get solved. Salute to that chapter. They didn't, nobody paid me for this, but that is a very, very, very good channel if you want to watch pretty much like like crime cases that have been solved and stories that where the killer was found and whatnot. Very good channel. That chapter. Yeah, it's kind of weird name, but salute to Mike. Yeah, that dude does a good job. But the point is yeah, I think the guy's name was Warhammer. And yeah, man, these MMA fighters, this guy, he, you know, they can be messed up sometimes. And this Warhammer dude, he literally, after a series of times beating his wife, finally did so brutally that yeah, she was on the brink of death. So listen, that's possible here, and if that happens, again, it would just be very sad. But I would like to say that the reality is that with all the resources around him, he should be able to find help. He should be able to get that. I mean, maybe that's naive, but that's what I want to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's too naive to let someone to have a thought of someone to seek help for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, John Jones is I mean, literally, I don't know. Like, I'm really just stuck on the fact that he can just kill her. Like I don't know, 'cause like it could go too far. Like, that's the scary thing. Like, okay, she's bleeding from the nose and the mouth. That's scary enough, but that doesn't it's just like one thing can lead to another, and boom, it's this very very scary situation. We're talking about a whole nother thing. So I think, yeah, I do believe seeking help and even at least trying to make the step forward of seeking help would be good for John Jones, as in like maybe rehab or therapy or
But then the wife, you know, and the 3 daughters. You look at it and you go, should they separate? Should they leave? You know, I mean, all we can say about keep the family together and this and that. Again, Lethal Weapon is the man. You know, I mean, it's not like even necessarily where it's like a football player. It's more like a you know, like a soldier, where this guy's trained in so many levels in combat. So when he flips a switch, you know, that becomes his defense mechanism, or that can become. I mean, I don't know his case exactly, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's more
yeah.
like a soldier, and it's particularly scary. I think if that was my sister or my niece, yeah, I would advise her to get up out of that house and not make no damn videos. But you know, something can be said there. I mean, I don't want to be. I don't know if this is the time, but man, you know, God willing, they get out of this situation wherein this is the last time that John Jones puts his hand on his wife, and we just see a future where they just, you know, they ride this nice high road of we came from a dark place, but here we are, and you know, John has redeemed himself, and you know, we can laugh about these times. But what I'm trying to say is fuck, I kind of went on a train. I was gonna take that somewhere, but yeah, it's I forgot where I was going with that. Damn, I said I forgot where I was going with that. It's sad, and while I would like John Jones to get help, I would advise my sister, my niece, my daughter to get the hell up out of the vicinity of
yeah,
a fucking trained killer. Let's just
yeah.
keep it trill. I mean, this dude literally can put you to sleep, and then you do understand that 5 minutes of no air, you're dead. You know, like, and it could be less than that if you're doing so inside of a choking manner, wherein you're squeezing the air out, wherein you're forcing the neck to break.
I'll tell you all this, man. I just, yeah, I would say the same thing. I would say that they should let John know that we're gonna just have to separate from you for like a certain amount of time, so you can figure out your own troubles, and we can figure out, our relationship or whatever the case is. That's what I feel, just off of what I'm seeing and what I've heard. I haven't read any articles, to be honest, but
the police officer on scene described this woman as needing the police to be around, but not wanting them to go up to the hotel room where John was, so they could arrest him. She wanted to be, I believe, either escorted to another place, or she wanted to be just held in the lobby for some time. She just didn't want to go back up to the room at the moment that the police came. So what I'm saying is you have that scene contrasted to then this image here, where they kiss and she's got her eyes open here. And I mean, like and then the it's just
Him and his wife
very
to his Instagram story, the two appear to be on good terms. John also posted this to
this just seems very somehow staged. and it's scary because again, I just got to bring it back to we just left our uncle who's about to have our first niece in the family. You know what I'm saying? And salutes Prince Sam on that journey. They actually have to go to the hospital by themselves. So pretty much they're gonna be trooping it out there and bringing us a niece. But this shit is fucking scary, man. Like what if a guy like it just like I just think about it differently now. I just kind of look at shit kind of just realizing that hey yeah we're gonna be uncles to a niece. It's different. It's the first time we could actually say that we have a niece. So yeah. Anyway, I don't want to drone on and on and on and on. I don't really have much else to talk about. It's a Saturday pod, and it's actually the pre-show. Really, honestly, because we haven't even smoked. There's still some pretzels to eat. That's why it's good, just to have the pre-show. Anything goes wrong, anything explodes, we have the pre-show. But I think I'll be just chunking this part out, just because, god damn it, man, it's so disappointing. But the other side of it is you got to think about the safety of those kids. You got to think about the safety of their mother. And the dude is literally a trained killer. So, yeah. Anyway. That's without all the emotion. Online right now, it's just people wanting to hang this guy and, this and that. And, like, just a lot of hate and a lot of, like, pretty much he's a piece of shit and I'm not a fan and da-da-da-da. I look at it more like you're a trained killer. And this is going to sound maybe, I don't know how this is going to sound, but like the fact that you would do all of that combat training and never have a slip up or just never be violent towards people who you weren't supposed to be violent to, I say would be unlikely. I would actually expect not for you to be beating your wife to the point where she's bloodied in the nose and mouth. No, but I would expect moments where you lose your temper, or maybe it's difficult for you to express yourself, or maybe shoot. You might scream, you might yell, but to take it to this level. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know how I circled back into I was trying to
yeah, you're trying to
get
pivot
out, but got back into the conversation. Shout out to the pre-show. Shout out to the pre-show.
Shout out to the pre-show, man. But yeah, man, I really do hope John Jones seeks help, and I do got this cone.
Do you have a lighter?
Yes.
Wanna spark that bad boy up? Yeah, we're cool guys. No, not really. Kids, don't watch this. Mature audiences only. You know what you clicked on when you came in here. And that's the thing. Like, don't be watching this if you're a kid. This is Adult Swim. Bitch.
Yeah, this is not Adult Swim. We don't want to claim Adult Swim, but this is.
What are they gonna do? Sue us? Adult Swim's the coolest company in the world. They're not gonna sue us.
Yeah, this is not Adult Swim, but this is definitely for mature audiences, and this is the Rambling Rowgh show pre-show.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to kids. Shout out to them little buggers. The kids. You gotta you wrestle them. Wrestle them up.
Yeah, they got a lot of energy, man.
Got a lot of energy.
They really do tire us, you know what I'm saying? Younger but old folk, like way older than them. Wasn't.
So Kodak Black was on Fresh and Fit. Christ. This is so ratchet. Yeah. I don't know, man. The Fresh and Fit. dudes, damn man, they really lost. They lost credibility in my eyes, and that's what they were going for. That's the thing about this pod. I'm not going for credibility. I'm an idiot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Honestly, like that's a fact. I really don't.
Yeah, I gotta
So-
second that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going by any due diligence. Sometimes, just kind of
Most of the time,
most of the time, it's
kind of
just
just
straight
on
off
the
the
fly,
dome.
off the dome or on the fly Googles.
Yeah.
Um,
So
and you know, I'm gonna honestly try to get better about that, but still, I'm not aiming for any sort of like, you know, male masculinity, fucking, you know, credibility. But those guys, man, you know, you cannot challenge somebody to your hands, and then just like completely back out. Like, why? Like, how does that happen? I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand that. I don't get that. I will never get that. I don't ever, like, bro. Like, I'm not even a violent guy, but if you do that, okay, cool. Like, just okay, take the L. Like, bro, just okay. So, okay,
well, he got
L.
things. He got things that you know with his past. You know what I'm saying? Old boy's past from Fresh and Fit, man. You know what I'm saying? He can't be doing shit like that. Can't be fighting.
Oh, because he was an FBI agent.
Yeah, he was an informant.
Well,
so he
because
can't
of
be-
the other beef that he had, that actually came out. That, you know, his real name came out, so apparently he's actually not even able to do any of that work now because of that. Because once your real name comes out, then you're essentially like outed. You're not a private person, so they cannot reacquire you as an asset. The company, whatever company he was with, that's what he said. So he's pretty much all locked into Fresh and Fit now. That's what Myron Gaines said. I don't even know if that's true necessarily because that's what dude just said. But and see, look, that's what it is. Like, I really looked at them as like a source, and you could say I drank the Kool-Aid to a point where, you know, you got to admit, like, you look at the most of and a good bulk of their stuff, it is male improvement, and it's like shit that like literally is fundamental to understanding your place as a male and how to get better, how to actually see yourself as an ongoing project, what to work on. You know, you've got your fitness, they've got their money stuff, they've got their okay, you got to work on game, you've got to work on, and they actually tell you kind of how to do it, but like just some of the other more just, you know, I guess you could say like flagrant, just like out there, like, you know, Frank Castle shit, you know, where they're kicking women out and raising their voice at them, and just also like in general the constant focus on
Nigga said Frank Castle.
Frank Castle as in fucking
The Punisher?
the Punisher. Yeah, that's what they called dude. That was the FBI guy. Yeah, they called him Frank Castle and it's funny and it's very entertaining, but you know, you can't talk to women like that, number one. You know, that and also like, look, to the idea of can men and women be friends? That one is one I struggled with heavily because that when I heard it, like, it's an idea that I've never heard before, but then it really makes sense for many women. Not all women though. You know, you do just have to have mutual acquaintances in life. Like, that's a fact. Like you should just have people that are connected to you that are not intimately connected to you. That's a fact. But I will say this though. There's nuggets behind men and women can't be friends that are very true. You should never ask a woman how to get women. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now you say that as well. That is a fact because that's like asking and this is what my man Spencer Cornelius said, who actually ragged on these guys.
Spencer Cornelius.
You know the dude, yeah, the bald guy who like does like the very in-depth
okay.
analytical takes and shit
I see.
about like scammers and stuff. Dude was like, yeah, asking women how to like get women is literally like asking a tiger how to hunt it.
Right.
And when you really look at it that way, like, bro, it is. And they explain that as well. So there are a lot of women who, they'll just fiend on your attention. They'll take your attention. They'll take your sort of like just kind of compliments, and they'll send you some little whatever, some teases, and they'll just kind of just feed off of you responding in the back and forth, and they can just call you whenever and just shit like that. Friend zone. And those women that just lean you into that just yeah, those are the women that applies to, where you cannot be friends with these women. Like you're trying to do is just bang them, and this is not the way. It's just not. It never is. Like, if she's into you, she's into you. If she's not, then leave her alone. But then you do also have to make room for those women that are just like, bro, like they're just cool. Like, they're just around. Now, how do you meet these women? How do you meet these women that are just cool or whatever? You could say it comes from like your old past experiences, like school. I don't know, but
School's a good one.
yeah,
You know
or
what I'm
community.
saying? Or you guys did, y'all did get busy, you know what I'm saying, and y'all just stayed acquaintances, but without any kind of relationship. It's just y'all had a fling, but it turned into a friendship instead of a.
Yeah, no, that sounds like friend zoning though. Because like why
Even-
would you stop having sex? You and the person.
I don't know. Well, that's the question. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe one of you guys found someone else. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, see, but if one person found someone else, that means that the other person is left in the dust, which means that they still have feelings towards the other person that found a new one. Which is to say, if a girl goes and sleeps with a guy and they're having a good time, but then finally says, "Oh, there's this other guy that I've been talking to, and I'm now gonna hang out with him," it kind of just signals to the guy like, "Oh shit," like he's and now it says, "Oh shit," so then the "oh shit" you say, I either leave her alone because yeah, you're gonna go mess with that guy, or I stay here. And if you stay there, that sounds to me like friend zoning, because it's like, dude, like, you still want to bang her. You were banging her before. So she's just openly admitting to just getting penis from somewhere else, and you're just going to be like, all right. Like, nah.
okay. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, maybe in a situation where you guys both find like your own like other things y'all doing, like y'all doing your own things in the streets. Y'all just fucking around, and then but y'all still have like just a relationship together though. Like, y'all still talk, and yeah, you may still fuck a couple times, but you know what I'm saying. But it's still you know, it can still be considered a friendship, right?
Anytime I've ever had something like that, we fuck, and then it stops, and then it's like, yeah, that's it. Like, it just kind of just fizzles out. And so when it fizzles out, you do rekindle it whenever you want to. You attempt to rekindle it, and sometimes it's back there to rekindle, and sometimes it's not. And that's just how that goes. There's no in the middle where you're just talking though. But I guess that I could see that happening because some people may be more well adjusted than me. But yeah, I like something about like not even new pussy or anything like that, not even being a player, none of that. It's just literally like after the fling is over, you kind of just look at the person like, okay, I can do better or I can do different. And then you go out and maybe you don't do better or different for 7 to 8 months, and then you just call their phone again. And then they're like, oh, hey. And then it takes the same couple tricks, and then you're together again.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, well, but is that even a friendship? That's just
It's kind of like a booty call.
yeah, it's just a bit yeah.
Booty call, kind of. It's not. I wouldn't say, but I would not necessarily call it a friendship because I don't keep up. Like we don't keep up. We don't keep up. Like it just literally becomes a thing of, yeah, we're both on different things, and I think that's natural in a way where it's like, I don't know if that's natural. I need a girlfriend.
Baby, can you talk to y'all?
This is a good cone, man. This is a fantastic cone.
Yeah, this cone is slapping, man. All indica cone.
Oh,
Yeah. the way he said "oh" was not, it's not the most. Oh, double thumbs up. All right.
double thumbs up.
Wait. So has the pod started?
I mean, it starts whenever. I mean, it's a matter of editing. I just got to look at whatever time it is that we start, and then it started. But yeah, I mean, yes and no, in the sense that it started, but we haven't started because I haven't, said the intro thing. But we've started. Remember that from Adventure Time? Yes and no. Am I in the tree? Am I 1,000 miles away from the tree, soaring away from the tree?
No.
You don't remember? Dude.
I don't remember that episode.
Dude.
Got me a little lost here.
Dude, get me some of that. Get me some of that Adventure Time in the tree. Give me some of that, young Jamie.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. We're gonna get some. You gonna get some Adventure Time for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Is it this?
Dude, I don't. Dude, can I just show this? I don't think I can show this. Can I just show this?
I mean, it's
I sincerely don't think that I can just show this. Yeah, dude. So there literally are just some little cheat codes inside of the YouTube algorithm. Like that's definitely a fact. There's just things that you can do to just game it. You know?
Yeah, man.
Game it in a sense where you get the sticky followers, you get the people that really want to support, really want to just keep showing up, really enjoy the content by naming your things in a certain way. You know? Twitch is not quite like that, Twitch is not quite like that. Twitch, you're kind of in your own little corner, and you people file in, but it's not like you're as visible. Anytime somebody searches a thing like NBA Youngboy, if that's in your title, then you potentially can be right there.
Yeah. But the algorithm also but that all depends on like a like also from like, you know what I'm saying? So you guys, see the videos, hit that like, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Hit that YouTube like. Greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand that more now. I didn't understand it, but now I do. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch YouTube to start to get it. But yeah, man, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the YouTube algorithm. There's a way to. There's ways to like crack the code.
Oh yeah. Speaking of cracking the code, it looks like this lady, Helen Yee, cracked the code of Herb Dean. Because on the thumbnail of this video, this man, Herb Dean, the very commonly known referee and official in the UFC, and in, I believe, just combat sport, or, combat sports in general. Yeah, man, this guy's got a big smile on the thumbnail. This Helen Yee, she's not, no. She doesn't look too bad.
Helen here in Las Vegas. Always great to be joined by the one and only Mr. Herb Dean. Now, first off, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Come on. Shout out to Herb Dean.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah, man. It was yesterday, so had a nice day.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? Enjoy a spectacular meal?
I did. You know, I ate big. I ate a steak. And
Yo, I don't know why I'm watching this. I just, salute to Herb Dean. And happy birthday, brother. I'm gonna just get out of there, just awkwardly. Because for some reason, I salute to Herb Dean, but now I just don't want to hear anything of him at all. I just have heard enough.
Wow.
I don't. Is that?
I kind of wanted to hear from Herb Dean.
You wanted to hear, you wanted to get into Herb Dean's birthday?
It's honestly
Did you want to get into Herb Dean's birthday?
I mean, it was just the beginning of the video.
Maybe I got ADHD.
But I mean,
I'm gonna eat a pretzel
Helene
or two.
here in Las Vegas. Always great to be joined by the one and only Mr. Herb Dean. Now, first off, happy belated birthday.
oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been. It was yesterday. So
I know.
had a nice day.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? Enjoy a spectacular meal?
I did. You know, I ate big. I ate a steak, and I also I went to the beach.
Oh, hey. That is at least my favorite way to celebrate birthday, so great choice.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's fun. I enjoy it.
And as you know, I follow you on Instagram, and I do know that your car was featured on History Channel, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've had this car. I decided that I wanted a Bronco, that I needed to
What the
rebuild an
hell?
old Bronco,
That's
74.
pretty cool.
And
Shout out to Herb Dean,
I never
man.
did anything.
Wow.
It
The
just,
car collection.
sat in my driveway, and then
On the
an
History
opportunity
Channel,
came, and man, these guys went through my whole car. They went through everything, and nothing was untouched. And man, drives like a dream, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, speaking of awesome, a lot of great fights this past weekend, UFC 266. First off, I'm curious to know, how often do you, if you ever, rewatch fights that you refed?
I do sometimes, yeah, so I haven't got a chance to rewatch that fight in its entirety yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I do. I'm definitely thinking about going to watch that one again.
Yeah, and for the fans, I know the fight you're referring to is the fight of the night, the main event between Alex Volkanovski and Brian Ortega. So many people are still talking about that fight, and a lot went through it. I mean, it was pretty intense, right?
Yeah, it was a really intense fight. Yeah, it was the fight of the night. And these guys, man, they laid it out there. I was like, I mean, that's what our sport's for. It's the best sport on earth. But yeah, that was a really intense match, And you could see, it was, the score doesn't tell the story of how competitive the match was, So I think it was a very competitive match.
Well, speaking of competitive, I know
That's an
Alex
interesting
Volkanovski, who was on the Schmozone podcast this past week. Everyone's amazed by how you were able to escape all those chokes, too.
Well, they were deep. I reckon the triangle was really deep, but because I survived the guillotine, and that was that deep, and like literally it was like, oh no, like, I'm just doing whatever I can to make that little bit of space so I can, get a bit of blood back to the brain. And I had like a moment, as I've been talking about, where I was like thinking of the family and all that type of stuff, and I'm like, man, like, you can't let this be it. You can't let them take the belt away from your family. I remember thinking something like that.
What?
So a couple extra movements, made the littlest bit of space. I'm like, oh, I'm all right here. And then
So
the
he
chin come
basically
down,
did
and
have
I
that
got-
sunk in. So we can all just say that Brian Ortega had a guillotine sunk in to Alex Volkanovski, and he just found his way out of that. Like the true beast he is, man. This man is just wow, man. That's just it's crazy. It's honestly very, very insane. Yeah, man. This guy's a jiu-jitsu guy. He can maybe explain it a little more. I mean,
He had the hand fed through the neck, grabbed the hand, clinched, was on top. Imagine somebody's entire weight on you while your neck is being wrenched away from your body. And somehow this, again, beast gets out from under, gets his legs free, It stands up. I don't know.
Got out. So after that, the triangle felt like nothing, even though I was in a very, very deep triangle. You had my leg, you had the right angle, I was laying on my side, and it doesn't get any deeper than that, especially with someone like Ortega, who's a finisher. And to get out of that, obviously that's pretty impressive.
What I liked about it was, when he got out, he celebrated right then and there on the spot. Yeah, with a big celebration. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, hey, I'm in the middle of a fight, but that was a big moment. I'm going to take some time to celebrate getting out of that, yeah.
And what about with Brian Ortega? It looked like he was struggling a little bit to get back to the stool, and he kind of had his cornerman help him.
Picking him up off the floor, not allowed. That's a TKO in itself. Your corner's not allowed to get you to your stool. I'm pretty sure that is an actual rule.
Okay, well, I don't think his cornerman helped him. He was laying there. He wasn't getting up. I think it was more of those, hey, it's time to get up. Let's get moving. Because once they grabbed him, it's not like they had to lift him up. Once they put hands on him, he was getting up to get in the stool. But I think he was really having that. I mean, I can't speak for him, but I know what it feels like to struggle with yourself, And he definitely was spending some time talking to himself there, figuring out, digging deep, finding the strength to go on,
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of going on, what was
Herb Dean, a man that literally has to look into the soul of fighters as they either ascend to greatness or be totally crushed. Like literally.
I mean,
Brain damage on the spot. That's some brain damage. You ain't getting up. Now the people that don't stand next to the decision because the knockout was so crazy because they can't stand. Yeah, that'd be like, bruh, that Caleb Guida guy, who, bro, I don't know whose highlight clip it was.
I think Clay Guida, or is it
Clay Guida?
I don't know.
His last name is Guida. The dude with the wild hair.
Guida, yep.
Guida.
Yep.
He's got the real wild hair. Old UFC veteran.
Mm-hmm.
The real UFC heads can tell us, but he got knocked out one time where he just started having a fucking seizure right on the mat. You don't get up after that.
Yeah, that was
just he just started
some raw shit right there.
Great tensing up, like, bro, like that's that, like, goddamn. But now let's finish this.
the deciding moment for you? Because I know the doctor kind of came in and checked him out. Like, what did you see in him that you were like, you know what, he's ready to go and I'm gonna continue the fight?
Well, what was interesting is he got that minute rest period, and he was able to, because basically at the end of the round it was exhaustion, I think, is what was, he had given it his all, and then the physician comes in and medically clears him, says he's clear, and when some of his answers weren't exactly clear, but then when he looked at me and gave clear answers like, yes, I see, yes, I want to continue.
No, Herb Dean, you asked him 4 fingers. The motherfucker said, huh? This motherfucker said, how many fingers?
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. That was, yeah, he did say some bullshit when he pulled those 4 fingers, and then he pulled up, and then he hit him with the 1. But
hey, he said 1. He definitely said 1.
He did say 1, so he was conscious, and he did say, I can fight still.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like he was coherent of the moment. Right?
I think he was in shock.
I think it was exhausted. Like he was just exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was
beaten.
He just tried
Bloodied.
2 submission moves, and they're very athletic, like very quick, and like
Snappy and explosive. Mm-hmm.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, man, like Herb Dean said, it looked like a man that gave it his all. Like he was really talking to himself,
Trying to dig deep.
dig deep. There, I mean, shit. Yeah,
And you could see that he was ready to compete again. We'll say we'll give him another chance. Of course, we're going to kind of shorten and watch closely, but he got out there and did what he was supposed to do.
Are the rules for championship fights a bit different than regular fights?
Not really that much. The difference, not the rules different. As far as a referee, I'll allow guys to set their own pace a little bit in the first and second round, maybe have more of a feel out round than I would in other rounds. They're champion, they deserve it, you know what I mean? And I know that most of the time in championship fights, or most of the time at the UFC, people definitely want to be there. And they want to compete and let it all out. And definitely at the championship level they do.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you're clarifying everything, because obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But what do you have to say to some people who felt that maybe the fight should have been stopped rather than going, the full 5 rounds?
Well, it was definitely was close to being stopped. At the end of the round, he was exhausted. Yeah. And, he made it through the round. And I think that a fighter has the right to make that decision after the rest period. Yeah. He made it to the rest period. Mm-hmm. His problem was he was tired. So I think getting some rest, a minute of rest would be the best thing for him. And he has the right to make that decision then,
Yeah, definitely. And that's why you're such a great ref. And I know you also have your referee course, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that a lot. I changed it up a lot because I used to do 1 or 2 big courses a year with, a lot of people. But now I make really small class sizes and do them more often. I do them every
free
other
course.
Month. Yeah. And it's cool. It's a 3-day seminar. Guys, you can find out about it at herbdean.com. Reach out to me if you're interested in learning about judging and refereeing.
Herbdean.com. That is the simplest, easiest plug. Cool. Herbdean.com.
And I like doing it because I like doing it more often because I'm able to add little things or change little things. And some of these people ask me really good questions. I have people come from all over the world, and they a lot of them are very experienced in the sport. So.
Okay. Would you ever referee, Nigel?
Yeah.
Why not,
Yeah, I'll try.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? How many fingers? Huh? What day is it today? Huh? All right. Slap him on the ass and get out there. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know about that last part.
No, you got it's just a little libido. That's why you have the women there. The reason why you have the women at the fights is because, they're nice decoration. They're beautiful, and then when you see them and the girl that was before the Kevin Holland fight, bro, she was fine as fuck. She was very fine. So, yeah, man, when a referee smacks you on the ass, it's the same kind of charge. It's that same kind of, all right, I'm here, I'm alive. It breaks out the monotony. Like you're just like you're out of the moment. You're like, oh shit, okay, cool.
I don't know if the ref does that. The ref does that?
I mean,
I think
could.
that's like, yeah, you right.
Nah, pause. I ain't gonna, I try to save it. Let me just say pause, man. All right. Yo. Jump up about the cool.
Yeah, salute to Herb Dean, man. Salute to Herb Dean. Yeah.
Jump up out the coop.
Yeah, man. Does his little does his seminars, man. Salute.
Yeah, go to herbdean.com if you want to learn how to be a referring official. This guy NW has a second joint rolled on the way. It's a Saturday pod. We come with no topics, but I do want to say this on the pod right now, Nigel. We must begin our journey house hacking. House hacking is the practice of buying a house that it has many rooms that you maybe even convert into some rooms. Like you know, it has some space, you convert it. And then you rent it out. But you also live in the house. And you make the rent enough so that it's your expenses to live. House hacking. If we came together and bought a house, we could then rent it out and then have enough money to just live in the house. Get your food, get your mortgage, get your expenses set.
Right. So first, find a house with enough rooms.
With enough rooms and in a place that's like, well, people want to live here. And then to be, that's why it's kind of lucky that we're in California. It's that, shoot, this is an always volatile market. People want to live here, especially with affordable housing. Like, if we could just offer this sort of experience, and I've been thinking about this, and I was thinking about doing something like this more so in a kind of decentralized way, where, okay, I would go on Craigslist and then build up a group and then, essentially just go into a renting situation where we would just split the rent for the place. But thinking about it this way, you get that extra oomph of control. Yes, the people have to come to you. And yes, technically that means that you do have to provide the tenants with a sort of lifestyle, especially if you want this to go well. Right. You have to provide them with not only maybe just the house, but yeah, you would maybe want to furnish their rooms, give them the standard, just provide a place to live at a cost that, while maybe not too insane, is just enough so that it justifies maybe, just a clean environment or and just these small amenities that you could make sure are there if you live there. So at a point you almost are like, not I wouldn't say a maid, because you would want to get people that like clean for themselves, but a lot of the times you're gonna have to be the guy that they call for the water issue or the gas leak or the this or the that. And something about, I don't know, man, I just think it could work, man. I think it works well. There's a lot of risk. There's an insane amount of risk.
It's a high risk, high reward type of investment. Yeah, man. I mean, it's something I'm gonna think about that one, cause yeah.
Could you see yourself being a landlord? Like, imagine you get a call and they're like, "Oh, Nigel, the dishwasher stopped working." Or, "Oh, Nigel, there's a clog inside of the drain." Or, "Oh, Nigel, there's a fire." Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, how really difficult are any of those problems? And then if you think about the money that you could make, like a month, not even in a year, not even like in general, but just monthly, you could make it to where you put this big investment into, I don't know, like, see, and the only question I have about the house hacking thing is like, do you build up the group before? So maybe while you're, earning your money and earning the savings that you need to buy the house, you're also building up this little social network of people who, okay, once I jump out and buy this house, these are going to be the tenants.
Okay.
That help me pay for it. And or not even help, but the goal really is pay for it and then some. So and that gets dicey, because what that would really mean is okay, well, you would probably have more tenants or have less tenants pay more. But I think and then that balance, it's a balance.
Yeah.
That balance. But again, and you would still have to work, but it's just I'm sorry.
The cost of living,
You talking about having this thing pay for the cost of living, like having?
No, like I mean, my bad. What the hell? Why did I say that? So the place, okay, the place we like find has to be great. Oh,
Shit. Camera. Okay.
yeah, the house that we find gotta be like, if it's like a nice house, then I think the cost of living can go up. Like we could the rent can go higher depending on where we're at, right? Like
Oh yeah.
depending on the house and the area we're at, it all depends on that. So it's just like, I feel like the cost, yeah, it would all go up. So that means the rent will go higher. So we would all have to we could find people beforehand to see, like, okay, would you be willing to even do this, be on this venture, be a tenant, move out?
Well, what we would see, I think then you would have to kind of reverse engineer it from that point, where it's like not seeking people who want to do this,
Right.
as opposed to, you would rather just see people who need this and offer them an opportunity to find some sort of housing. Like, not make, this may sound, I don't know how this may sound, but you know when you look at it from a standpoint of what you do in buying a house inside of a slightly, nice suburb or whatever, and then providing an opportunity that wasn't there before you were there and probably just in general doesn't exist. You provide somebody that's young, maybe in their 20s, to just live for, not as much as an apartment, a full apartment on their own, but then at the same time not as little as, staying at home with parents. It's something in the middle where it's like, I mean, essentially it's an apartment. You have you just have your room, and then you lock that. If we make sure you're a decent person, then essentially no crime, hopefully takes place. But and again, there's so many headaches. There's so many things that you have to worry about. But
Yeah, kind of like that comes to the part of like vetting people, kind of, doing interviews, kind of finding the right people, right? So that will be done beforehand, right? That's what you were thinking.
initially, yeah, that's what I was thinking initially. But I don't see how else. You would just kind of build this network of people while you're saving money for the house, and then once you're ready to buy the house, you finally do so. But to keep the investment safe, like, let's say we bought the house together, and then the mortgage ends up being like, I don't know, some random number. Let's just say $3,000 a month. So if the mortgage ends up being 3,000, then I pay my half and you pay your half. But our goal is to recruit people. Like, we make sure we can do that. We make sure we can pay the mortgage by ourselves first. Then we say, okay, open this up and say the goal is to supplement people who will or sublet to people who will then, who will take up our 1,500. And then after, if we get very successful, then we say, well, make them. I mean, with just the numbers, like, let's say we get like a 4-bedroom home with like 2 baths, right? So like they've got a master, 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's like a standard 1 family. So you would need something maybe bigger. So let's go 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So 5-bed, 3-bath. We convert a loft into a 6th room, right? So 1, 2, yeah, and then 6 on the bottom. Yeah, and then it's Listen, again, it's not like man, I don't know. And the rules you would have to have too. That's what I don't know. But what if we made sure to put soundproofing and shit like that in the house? Just, like we just, because that is one issue that I think is just it's just a big issue. But then how much sound does like a single person make? Yeah, they'll have their little, whatever's inside of the house, but maybe we could urge them and nudge them, and see, this goes into the landlording. We urge them and nudge them like, hey, when you want to have a party or when you want to have something happen, just do it in the back, and just, you guys can do it in the backyard. We provide a nice backyard experience where maybe there's some sort of heat source, or maybe there's some sort of cooling source, and there's shade, or there's just something like that, and it's just inviting and it's nice, and it's just like there's a reason to go back there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just little things like that, I think, could make an experience of living in a house with people in their 20s to 30s to even 40s, even, just people that want to live single, and they don't want to quite do the apartment, but they don't want to quite rely on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was a long-winded whole thing that I just went on, just to say, though, like, yeah, we could be providing for people like an opportunity to live in this kind of very interesting situation. That's another just perspective, like, because people do need these opportunities to live. When I put out, I'm going on, but when I put out a Craigslist saying, yeah, I wanted to basically make a group of like-minded young people who we're just going to go out, find a place that's up for rent, a house, and we're going to split it, and then we're going to make sure that we're all ready on some certain date, and then we're going to do it. I actually got a bunch of calls. I fell out of the idea basically because of just like kind of like cold feet, not really wanting to commit to it. And then at the time I actually went for my studio that I was in all last year. I lived in a music studio. But before I did that, yeah, I got a lot of calls. So people are out there that need an opportunity to live, and I think it would be very interesting. It would be a journey. Like, it would be some weird journey towards freedom, because where it goes is like, okay, what if then you can just you just provide for all the rooms, and then you even just have somebody pay for your room, and then all together it pays for enough for you to have a place that's separate to them, or you just start another house. Like, imagine, like, I don't know. So I just think
you could build off it like that. You can so, but like, I'm just thinking, so they're gonna pay a part of the mortgage, because we're gonna still pay our part of the mortgage too. Like, we're all 4 of us would pay for the mortgage.
Well,
and then are we like, so the rent is going to be, what's the percentage that goes to us? Or how does that work? How does that start off? Does it start off as we have people come in and then they pay?
Yeah, they pay more and more percentage of the mortgage and utilities. And the goal would be they pay 100 they pay over 100% of those utilities and mortgage, which is to say that they are paying us to live. Which is to say, we live for free and we get paid to provide them a lifestyle. You get me? Like, to where, what percentage of the rent or of the mortgage are we responsible for initially? 50-50. But then I get a tenant, and let's say then I make their rent 25%, my 25%. So now I'm only paying 25%, and their rent is effectively 25%. But then I get another tenant, and then that tenant now is paying another 25%. So now I pay nothing. I still go to my job, still get that money. But now I'm paying absolutely nothing for the same exact mortgage that we were paying. But we do have 2 more tenants. There's 2 more human beings that live with us. It's different. It's not like it's like
Right.
bruh, like that's 2 human variables. Like that is, I mean, but that's exciting. I don't know. Like something about that is yeah. Like what are the good kind of tenants you're looking for? What are the bad ones? How do we figure that out? It almost seems like when I looked at the Postmates grind in the beginning. And this may be like a shitty, really low like kind of comparison, but there's like a lot of small nuances to learn about operating between the rideshare apps, and if you do spend some time to actually crack these codes and sort of just tap into it, to sort of the ways to get money in an efficient way, and also in a way that doesn't burn you out, you can make a lot of money stress free with those apps. That being said, I look at the house hacking idea, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for living, quote unquote, without a 9 to 5. Now, yes, I would still have to be looking for some form of income so that we could initially pay for the house that we go for. But I just look at it and I go, well, what if, right? Again, I set up this group, and you see, and that's the issue. You set up this group and all these assurances are made, but how do you get these people up to the starting line so much to the point where it's like guaranteed? Like once I buy this house, these people are already in here, and then essentially we just start this thing where they're paying me and I don't even have to pay this mortgage anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, that's another question. Like, how long does that take until people start to actually move in? When people actually buy into the actual idea of sign, I would guess contracts, stuff like that.
I think a contract would be like a good, I mean, I can't imagine actually going to court and trying to challenge somebody on that, but to get their word on it. But I mean, anybody will sign anything, man. But I don't know. At the same time, I kind of feel what you're saying. Oh shit! I hit the joint on this on the wire. Yeah, man. Saturday pod. House hacking. Doink. Herb Dean. Herbs rolled. Pretzels. Yeah, there.
Wasn't. You dig? I got nothing for y'all, man. I should be looking for topics, man. Topics to get into. You feel me?
Well, again, like I said, I don't know. I'll just talk about it now. Kodak Black has appeared on Fresh and Fit. I guess he's also on Academics' podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess they're linking back up so that he
Okay.
could do the Kodak, just like how he did with 6ix9ine. Because, that was filmed at Fresh and Fit's place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that out.
But yeah, Kodak Black, academics, you understand me? And not really much more I could say about this except, yeah, Kodak is wild, man. I don't know what he would say to all those chicks. I really don't really care. Even though they say that rappers notoriously have bad game, because especially like rappers of this generation, they're saying like, oh, we don't, they got bad game because they pretty much didn't have girls before they got on. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, man, academics, big inspiration. For better or worse. Listen, the dude has put his foot in, foot in his mouth. I'm already doing that a little bit myself. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oodle Legion. So my guy. What's goody?
Voodoo Legion was good, man. Was good. We just out here podding. We on the Instawebs. And yeah, man, we see what's up.
Yeah. Thank you for the likes and comments and love. We're gonna keep doing this thing. We're gonna keep just week in, week out, getting better, putting these topics together, going from sentence to sentence, doing what we do, big menaces. Oh yeah, we in the town.
Word is born.
Doing what we do now. Do it for a couple of years. Might get paid through the ear. Okay. New York accent out of nowhere. Rowgh.
What it do, Lo? Yeah.
Yeah,
LeBron vibing to unreleased Snoop. Uh-oh. Benny the Butcher and Jadakiss. Someone tell Snoop to send me this at Academics.
What it do, Lo? Yeah.
Look at his head. Look at his head.
We up in this
You see his head?
Do-rag on. You feel me? Come on, man. It's a light day. Light day for LeBron.
Some real hip hop shit.
Yeah, murder music just for this type of shit they could ban us. Cause this what they gon' play when they wipe they prints off the hammers. I'm really like that. I ain't
Why the hold the head? Why, LeBron? Why do you gotta hold the head?
Cause he's
Why?
that dude, man.
Because he's that dude?
He's that guy, man.
What does that
It has
dude
nothing
have
to do
do
with it. Has nothing to do with being
holding
that
the
dude.
head?
He's just
just write this shit
bopping
for
to
the
it.
camera. I did in my city what Michael Vick did in Atlanta. Cash saved for insurance. Don't pay
Bopping
bills.
to it, man. So you got the sun on him. Yeah, man. Come on.
At least he's not. At least he's not pretending like he knows the entire song no more, man. Shout out to LeBron. But that song's not even out, so they can't even have the lyric video out yet. So shout out to LeBron. He was reading a lyric video on his Instagram.
Who?
LeBron James, the millionaire, was once, I believe, reading a lyric video for, I think, the new Drake. Some new Drake song, some of the new Drake, CLB.
Hey, man, no problem with that.
He had another lyrics? Had to know?
He had to know the lyrics. What's the problem? Really had to know them Drake lyrics, man. It's the boy.
LeBron is a character. All these near billionaires off of sports, they're characters. Like
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We got man, LeBron. He has a lot of dough, man, and the guy be living his life, man. You know what I'm saying? Just rapping the songs that he doesn't know the lyrics completely of. But we all do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess
I be doing that.
you don't look like a fool rapping and not knowing the song. You want to come out knowing the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, this is
Okay. Kevin Holland, UFC, LeBron James, and his head. We had technical difficulties. Y'all won't notice that watching this on the recorded version, but sorry. Big apologies.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Holland.
Yeah, what's there to say? Let's just quickly go over it. I mean, we were very excited about Kevin Holland tonight, and we were talking about him on the pod. We were playing the clip about him inviting his opponent to shoot. His opponent actually did shoot and did not get the takedown. He did show some better takedown defense this fight. He was fighting the takedown, was fighting. He was, they were throwing it back and forth on the feet. But before we could even really decide, what was that, the first round?
First round.
Jesus Christ, man. Before we could even get out and decide who won the first round, a devastatingly unfortunate clash of heads knocks out Kevin Holland, right?
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting dude's name. Hey, the hype's dying. And anyway,
Jesus.
knocks down Kevin Holland, which sets a chain of wrestling and the back take for Kyle Dawkins that ends in him doing a standing rear naked choke, with hooks in on his opponent. Or I believe actually a body triangle. Or maybe deep hooks. I think he's very long. He's very tall. So maybe some hooks in on his opponent. So very disappointing end there. Not exactly what anybody wanted to see. The clash of heads obviously made the fight it was so bad that it actually made the fight a no contest. So yeah, there's really not much else to say. It's just very unfortunate. That would be 2 losses and a no contest for Kevin Holland. It's unexciting. It's not fun. It sucks, and you hate to see it.
You definitely hate to see it, man. But I think Kevin Holland will be back in the UFC octagon soon. So yeah, man, can't wait to see him fight again. October is a busy October, man. There's gonna be a lot of fight nights leading up to the main fight, the pay-per-view fight on October 30th. I can't tell you I can't tell you what those other fights are, but I'll tell you that it's a busy October, man.
Well, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun month.
And while we're here in the fun, we've got One Piece coming out anytime now, right? Pretty much it's Saturday night as of this recording, so we're going to read that and react to it on Wednesday. Let's just hope that Oda-san has blessed us with another dense manga as well as a 7-day turnaround. Like, seriously, let's just get out of Wano. Let's get out of Wano.
Get out of Wano?
Yeah.
You tired?
Kind of tired of Wano, man. I'm ready. Not even tired of Wano. I'm just ready for the story to really launch into some of these deeper, hidden criminal links. The Roxy Zebek, the whole
Straw Hat,
Emu.
Yeah, the world government.
Sabo, for the love of God, Sabo. All right. I want to see what, and what sucks is, and I'm sorry to be yelling that, but everybody outside of the world knows about Sabo, and it's been time. Things have moved on. So whatever happened in that initial, this Wano thing has just been happening.
But
so we're gonna see the world
this
sometime
is a
removed
day
from that.
I think it's only been probably a day or two, because this is all happening in one night.
When did they show the Sabo news to Dragon and everybody else in the world? Was that not after when they left Zoe?
No, they're in Wano. This is during the raid. So
really? The
yeah.
raid on the raid on Onigashima, and with the samurai and everybody?
Yep. That's when you see that.
Okay. This guy passes me my stizzy. I was looking for this.
Well, there you go, man. There you go, bud.
Thank you. Very exciting One Piece. Very exciting UFC. October, it's spooky season. This guy's got his costume party. He's gonna go as Saitama, Black Saitama. Might be impossible, but
I might not
he'll get it done.
I might not go as Saitama. I might go as Luigi. I don't know. Just weighing out my options. It's pretty early. Honestly, this party is pretty early in October. October 9th. Like, it's pretty early.
But October is spooky season, so it's always a reason to get spooky.
Yes, you're right. You're right. That it's just the beginning of October is my only thing.
People literally take this entire month as an excuse so that they can put their slutty fucking costumes on. No cap. No cap.
Yep. Yep.
Men and women.
Shit, man. It's spooky season, man. What can I say?
Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, man. Stay safe, man. Stay hydrated. And you never walk alone.
How are your Washington Redskins? Oh, excuse me. Football. How's your WFT?
Yeah, it's the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
WFT.
Terrible.
I don't know this Washington Red, whatever. The Washington football team. Yeah, man, we're 1-2. We got our asses handed to us by the Bills. They 43-21 us. It was a 40. They scored 43.
No comeback.
No comeback for us. I mean, hey man, it's okay.
In the year of all these comebacks and the game is so exciting. That game of football. How about them Ravens though?
I mean, that game is still exciting because it was a hot. Like, they scored a lot of okay. See, my whole thing is like offense is like on an all time. It's just going crazy right now. Like, or scoring at least. I don't know if it's not even just all offense though, because it could be like maybe a punt, return. Well, I guess it's offense, but like or someone intercepts to get a pick six or a fumble recovery. Yeah, you know I mean, like
that's defense then. That's a
well, that's defense, but you know what I'm saying, or even the offense. Then you got the offense. Niggas just catching more touchdowns, more niggas getting burned by the corners. Tight ends are beasts. Like, it's beautiful, man. Quarterbacks are throwing dots. Quarterbacks are running to the end zone. Yeah, man, it's beautiful.
So it's Heineke still at the helm?
Taylor Heineke. Yeah,
Heineke.
Man. Salute to
Heineke.
Salute to Heineke, man. You know what I'm saying? Heineken. You know what I'm saying? My boy Taylor Heineken, man. You
Hey,
know what I'm
well,
saying?
it's actually sad because my New England Patriots, because I am still a New England Patriots fan. Listen, I'm a fan of Tom Brady. Fought with dude, but I'm not going to just jump ship. I'm a Pats fan. That's just what it's going to be. We're also 1-2. And we're facing Tom Brady.
Yes, sir.
But he's coming to Foxborough.
Yes, sir.
Or is that what it's called? Dude, I just said that like I was so confident. Is that their stadium?
I don't know if it's Foxborough, but yeah, shout out to. I said yes, sir. Oh shit! No, but yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Gillette.
Tampa
Gillette
Bay
Stadium. In Foxborough. Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa Bay and the Patriots, man. You know what I'm saying? New England, they going to go at it. It's going to be a fun, nice game. The Patriots got a, young rookie quarterback who they got high hopes for. So yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see how that game goes. I'm sure the Tampa Bay's gonna just kind of stampede on them asses.
Patriots fans face conflicting emotions as Tom Brady returns to Gillette Stadium. Conflicting. The game of football.
Why would you be
Sports.
conflicted from a guy who literally the guy? I think he was the one that gave the New England Patriots franchise their first Super Bowl. So I don't know, man. It's like, come on, dog. And he gave y'all 5 of them things or 6 of them things. 6.
Yeah, Pats fans are pretty much convinced that their team is just not. Nah, them Bucks, they got it. Because I think they're 2-1 right now.
Yeah, they done lost to the Rams. They thought they was going go 16-0. And the Chiefs did too, but they lost. They have lost twice. Yeah, we doing the jig, man. But the Chiefs, they probably going to the Super Bowl, man. We may see another Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl. I'm saying.
Well, salute to Patty Mahomes. Mahone?
Yeah, Patty Mahomes.
N?
No, Mahomes with the M. Mahomes.
Mahomes?
Mahomes.
Like Mahoney?
I guess. Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Salute to Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, salute to Taylor Heineke. And salute to the Pats. Salute to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, salute to the Washington football team. Salute to my boy Terry McLaurin, you know what I'm saying? Best receiver in the league. Put some respect on his name. Terry McLaurin. Curtis Samuel coming back. You know what I'm saying? We got them killers. Let me just real quick pivot to basketball. You know what I'm saying? The Portland Trail Blazers, they coming in hot. They going crazy right now on the court in training camp. I've been seeing the clips. You know what I'm saying? The team looks locked in, man. They're having very intense practices and whatnot. Dudes is doing their thing. I saw an interview and they're saying, oh, Nasir Little, a.k.a. a man that's been on the team for about 3 years now, a man who hasn't really actually been in the rotation, who hasn't actually really played too much meaningful games or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying, he will be in the rotation. So put a clap. Let me hear that clap real quick for that young man.
You get a clap for your man?
Yeah, man. Let me get the clap for the soundboard, man. Put the soundboard clap for him.
It's coming. The PC kind of fried.
Oh shoot! Is it because of those sites? Is it because of those like
I don't know what it is, but
viruses?
We are streaming. You know, BC's kind of doing a lot. It's just a little laptop.
Thank you, man. By the way. Yeah, thank you, by the
way.
Wait.
Man. So what's his name?
Nasir Little, man. He's been getting high praise by the coaches. They've been saying, yeah, he a killer, man. You know what I'm saying? He out here. He can shoot. He's the most athletic person on the team. And I want him to guard the best player on the other team
so what
for at
position
least
is he
4
playing?
minutes. You know what I mean?
What position is he playing?
My boy, my guy, my dude, Duke. He's yeah, dude. He plays small forward, power forward.
So he's very athletic, but you said that he's also a rookie?
He's not a rookie, man. He's been on the team for 3 years. I think this is his 4th year. You know what I'm saying? So now it's his breakout year, man.
So he's never started.
I mean, he hasn't really even gotten minutes. I think he started before, but
Okay.
he hasn't really gotten minutes. Like, he hasn't really sprouted his wings, man. He hasn't gotten PT, man. He hasn't gotten the playing time.
So now he's confirmed to have gotten some.
Now he's confirmed to be in the rotation, so he's going to be in the 9-man rotation. Right? You know what I'm saying? So he going to be one of the guys that you can call upon where it's like, okay, maybe he can even crack the starting lineup. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would if, let's say, someone goes down, then yo Nas, you're gonna start, and then boom, maybe it starts something special, man. Maybe we just go off with Nasir Little, man. He just starts to cook these young bulls, and he starts to defend these young bulls, and we make crazy playoff push. But nah. But realistically though, man, yeah, man, I got high hopes for Nasir Little.
Salute to Nasir Little.
Yeah, I got high hopes for Nasir Little. Thank you for the round of applause for that young man, or that young bull. You know what I'm saying? He has a bright future in the NBA, and yeah, man, all Portland fans are hoping that he will have a breakout season, including myself. Just wanted to give out that little spiel about that.
And I'm enjoying way too many pretzels on the pod. Listen, is there anything else you want to say to the people? Anything else you got to get off your chest on this nice Saturday pod? It's been really nice to hang out with you today. We hung out with our nephew, young Mac. We're out here. I fuck with the shirt. Whose shirt? Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's good
Rock
vibes.
aware, man.
There's some good vibes, huh? Thank you. Mauro, you got the Standard Chartered. Liverpool shirt.
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to Liverpool also.
Nigga, that, where does it even say Liverpool, bro?
There's the logo.
There you go.
LFC.
Y'all soccer fans, man.
Come on, man. LFC, yeah, there you go. Liverpool Football Club. There you go.
Liverpool Football Club. How are them boys doing?
They're doing well, man. They had a 5-1 beatdown against Porto in the Champions League.
Porto.
Oh man, but we have a tough test tomorrow against Manchester City. They're not our rivals necessarily, but they're just our rivals in the sense that they want that number 1 spot in the Prem. So yeah, we gotta go toe to toe with them, man. It's gonna be a nice, fun match. I think the match is actually called something like in soccer. I mean, like in Spain, they call certain matches against certain teams like El Clasico.
Oh wow. Because of the long-seated history there.
Yeah, just the history between the two teams, or
it's almost like the Eagles and the Cowboys playing on Thanksgiving.
Yes, yeah, it's kind of like it's exactly like that in a sense, yeah. But the teams play like that, but they play a lot more. But I don't know. I guess it's like way more important. Like I don't know. It's like hard to explain because it's like soccer fans are so like football fans are so passionate, man. But I don't know. American football fans are very passionate too. So, but I don't know. Like, damn, like people really love they soccer, man, or football. People really love they football, especially that international football.
We have been to England, and people do love their soccer and football, especially out there.
Haven't been to Liverpool, but have been to England. Yes.
Yeah, it's like going to a different world compared to sunny California. Excuse me, pretzels. And compared to sunny California.
Yeah, most def. Yeah, man.
Traveling, man. So cool. Football. So this game that Manchester City. You know, how confident are you with your with your squad?
Hey, man, the squad's been playing well, but the last game in the Prem that they played, they tied. So that was unfortunate. And the team they tied with is not. They're good. Like, I mean, they're good, but it's just like, damn. Like, you gotta get that. You gotta get those 3 points. But 1-1, that's cool. But yeah, Manchester City though, I think we can pull off the dub, man. I think Liverpool is focused and they feel good after a 5-1 dub. But I just hope they don't come in too cocky, too just like, yeah, we got this. They got to stay locked in, stay focused, because Manchester City can come at you real quick and hand you that L. So yeah, man, just straight business. And let's get this W, man. Let's get this win for the Liverpool fans. I don't know where it's gonna be at. I don't know if it's gonna be at the Liverpool Stadium or if it's gonna be at the, you know what I'm saying, Manchester City Stadium. I don't know.
It's in Anfield.
Oh, well, there you go. It's in Anfield. There you go. That is Liverpool. So, yeah, that should be, I think, yep, it sounded like it's going to be a dub.
Or an upset.
It could be a, nah, it sounded like it's going to be a dub. Or a draw. But I don't see an upset. Like, as in, even a draw is kind of upsetting. But,
the fact
like
that soccer
winning,
ends in a draw is just why? Oh, we'll do it again, I guess.
Not all, yeah, but not all soccer. Like Champions League, I don't think it ends in a draw. Like you would have to go to a penalty shootout, or you go to extra time and then you would go to a penalty shootout. I believe that's how that works. And then, penalty shootout is basically, you just
line guys up against the goal. One guy takes a shot.
Yeah, they take a shot and the goalie has to block it. But you're in the box. You're in the goalie box.
Wait a minute. One guy and one goalie?
Yeah.
Christ.
So yeah, it's a whole pressure moment. It's crazy. And yeah.
That's actually beautiful. It's only league games that end in a draw?
And group stages.
And group stages.
Yeah, group stages is
Oh God.
Champions League.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
League games, group stages,
Okay.
etc. There's more classifications.
Okay, league games are just games when you say
How about regular series, playoffs?
Nah.
Christ.
Dude, nah, it makes sense. League games are basically when you play in the Prem, La Liga, like
In the Prem.
You know what I'm saying? Local, like that's it's like in that country's teams.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like England. That's the Premier League is England. You know what I'm saying? It's English. Yeah. So that's
And then you have the Championship League, which would be
that's like the European teams. Like just just European teams. That are whatever. I think the top 4 European teams from each league go to the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they have group stages, so they can like wheedle out those teams so we can get to 16 teams
that go to the Champions League.
Well, they already are in the Champions League, but they just gotta wheedle out these teams right now in the group stages
to make the 16 teams that go to the Champions League.
That go further in the Champions League.
This is already the Champions League.
It's already the group stage. If you're in a group stage, it's already the Champions League. That's already the Champions League.
And you can go up and down leagues within a country. Oh, okay. So there's okay.
Why? Why are you commentating his comments in that voice, man? What's wrong with you, dude? You know what you. This guy is reading your freaking comments in a British accent. This guy is something else, man. I'll tell you what.
Hey. I don't get soccer.
No. Yeah, because this guy is in England and he's possibly British.
Yes.
I feel it, man. You're just American / African.
Fubu. Buy us. Fuck you.
There you go. Yeah, man. America, I guess. And that's just one way to look at Americans.
Yeah.
He got his Rockaware shirt on. Come on.
Rock.
It's the Rock.
All right, y'all. We out of here, man. SW22324. Oh, shit. I added a 2 there. Listen, brother. Shoot a follow if you haven't already. I don't recognize you. Thank you for the comments. Shout out to... Who else was over here? Udo Legion came through. This has just been a Saturday pod. We went out, had a good time, spent time as uncles, came back, watched some UFC. Yeah, man, a little reaction for you. We'll have it all up on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the this and the that. And without further ado, this has been the Rambling Rogue Show. I'm your host, Rambling Rogue, a.k.a. Jires Rogue. This has been my host, my co-host, my bro host with the mo host, NW, Nigel. And, hey, man, that's all we got. That's it. We out of here.
We gone.
You got your week on off?
Yeah.
Got your week on off?
It was.
Why you gotta get it? You gotta get your week. You gotta force it. You didn't know when I was gonna cut it off, huh? You was a little scared.
I kind of gave it to you a little softly this time. You know what I'm saying? The we gone, man. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get an auto tune. We gone.
We gone. Huh? That's the, you know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all the acapella version, you know what I'm saying? We gone.
See me on the window, Johnson's in my head. On the window, if I follow, I'll be dead. Yeah. With me, yeah. With me. Yeah. Winning the Jesus, my only dead, and they say, and they every time a nigga eat, they going up to me.
Whoa.
Ho.